Hi everyone, this is the recipe for buttercream icing that I use when I'm icing and decorating my cakes. And it took me a lot of playing around to find something that really made me happy. So now I want to share it with all of you. So to get started for this recipe, you will need 1.5 sticks of shortening. I prefer to use the regular non-flavored shortening. Then 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter. Now I have found that margarine will work slightly better during the hotter months and is less likely to melt. But if you use margarine, I would recommend also adding in about a teaspoon of butter flavoring so that way it will taste more like authentic buttercream. 4 to 6 tablespoons of milk to start out with. You can and probably will need to be adding in more later, but I always say that it's easier to add the milk into your buttercream than it is to take it away. 1 teaspoon of clear vanilla extract. And it's important that you use the clear vanilla and not the regular. This will keep your icing a bright white color. The regular vanilla will slightly darken your buttercream. And you can also use almond extract because that's clear as well. I especially love the almond flavor, but many people find that it tastes sweeter compared to vanilla, so that's why I stick to the vanilla. A pinch of salt, and this is used to help offset the sweetness. And a 2-pound bag of powdered sugar. Now in a large mixing bowl, add the butter, the shortening, and the vanilla and cream it together until it is light and fluffy. Then add about 4 tablespoons of milk. Then in very small increments begin to mix in the powdered sugar. It's important not to add all of the powdered sugar in at once, as it will fly everywhere and make a humongous mess. But if you feel that your icing is becoming way too thick, add in some milk, but only at about a teaspoon at a time. So if you're going to be piping roses, you want your icing to be of a thicker consistency. If you're able to roll your icing into a ball, then it is way too thick. And for roses, you kind of want to be able to almost roll it into a ball, but not quite. It needs to be a little bit more soft than that. So if you're going to be piping some roses, place some of this icing aside and continue on. For making stars and borders, you want your icing to be of a medium thick consistency, so add a few more teaspoons of milk to get it to the correct consistency. So just take some of that out and set that aside as well. Now for coating the cake, 1 to 2 teaspoons of light corn syrup. This will make the icing much easier to spread so you're able to cover your cake with it. For the medium thick consistency icing, I would say it would take about 6 to 8 tablespoons of milk, but again, just add a little bit at a time until you get the right consistency. Other buttercreams icing that I've used in the past, they melt pretty easily, so that's why I just love this icing. And I think adding the shortening into it makes it more likely to hold its shape. Now, I use this icing for pretty much everything from cake decorating to cupcakes, cookies, and really anything else that you might need to decorate with some finer detail. To demonstrate, I'm using some of this icing tinted pink to make a rosette swirl on some cupcakes. So using a piping bag and a Wilton 2D tip, begin in the center and using a circular motion begin to pipe your icing onto your cupcake to make your rosette. If you think this icing is helpful for you, let me know in the comment section. And if you want to keep up to date with what I'm cooking, check me out on Facebook or Twitter. And like always, thank you for watching.